how are we doing? Yes, Patty is still chilling back there, haunting us every day. On the series of Romanticizing Your Hometown, I wanted to touch on museums. Museums are a great way to remember our past. History often repeats itself, and that's why it's so important. Why am I talking weird? It's so important to learn our history because history tends to repeat itself. We're going to the World War II Museum today. There's not a lot of I didn't want to put sound or music over anything because I wanted people to be able to hear what it's actually like going through the museum with the different monologues happening, and they do have some shooting sounds and stuff like that. If you're a veteran watching this, you have PTSD or something, just a little warning and heads up. But I think it's important. I think it's important to remember our history and kind of go through everything. I do want to do more museums more local to my hometown, but this World War II museum had a celebration of being open for 25 years, so they had free admissions. So we took advantage of it and went. Thank you for sticking around. If you're a real one and you don't want to watch this, just let it play in the background. Leave a like, leave a comment. So if you ever were wondering what it's like to go through the World War II Museum and some of the artifacts and stuff that they have, it's gonna be in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get going. I don't think it's gonna be packed.
Oh, I can already see the people. I couldn't hold it.
It's playing above us. LOL. I love how we've been here and I don't remember anything.
I would not want to sit in this pool. Yeah, see, look, the person standing on the side, and they wheel it, and they look through the...
That looks like it's got a speedometer and
well, yeah, it's not the 1700 ticket.
But if it's a pull behind, why has it got a speedometer? Unless that's not.
Yeah, that little crank that, and that seat flips up and you can gauge where it's at. Why did you not mention figure this out? Place is packed.
It's more than when we came with COVID.
This board is that one. This board is that one.
There's a small gun.
Italian youth
Women's League of the Nazi Party. That's the...
They're making it like a game show. Oh, first guy who's gonna die.
So this is all about the draft.
Aircraft, 20,000 Higgins boats and landing ground, 140 aircraft carriers, and 100 billion cigarettes. These goods must now be delivered to faraway troops in Ghana. The fiasco of World War
Sweetheart souvenirs. It's pillow covers. I like that one. That one's pretty.
Dog tags, machine.
Let's make the dog tags.
In February of 1942, bowing to the hysteria unleashed by Pearl Harbor,
I still can't believe we did this as Americans.
9066, permitting the government to uproot Japanese Americans and place them in internment camps.
Like, I still can't believe that we also did this, you know? Last time we were here, they didn't really touch on this at all. I'm glad they're addressing it more.
But in Detroit, in 1943, tensions simmered between white and black citizens over competition for jobs, housing shortages, and de facto segregation, erupting into riots. 34 people lose their lives, mostly African Americans, on a different kind of battlefield. So African Americans fix their sights on a double victory, defeating fascism abroad and racism at home.
1.2 million plus African Americans served in World War II. But on that board with all the soldiers, it said only 335,000 American soldiers.
Maybe that's like what it started as. Like that was the starting count for the military. Because that was also in the very beginning of all of this. Like we went through so much through all the exhibits, you know? And they're going in like chronological order.
And if you come here, now
That wallpaper.
I think it's pretty. I'm thinking about putting wallpaper in my office. Average home in America. So for victory, military needed parachutes and cotton wool for you. Can't even keep her blanket. Fireside chats from the president. They're so little.
Working toys, acting battles.
Highly trained to protect us from professional enemy fire.
Things up to working.
Oh, you don't think I put you in on a hot spot, do you? Why, Bing, I love you like a brother. I love you even better than my own brother.
Just for medicine, this was their like ration stamps. Blue ration stamps were for processed foods, and that was for like real crops.
it's so funny how we have to deal with my dad. Now we have green color.
Puzzles.
The film capital to help the government sell more bonds.
Fighting God is because you're fighting men saved for victory. Fight on, and bomb, they are reading these files because they find the bomb. From the answers to it, you know what we meant today. So I bomb today, and we'll keep our country free.
They tried to disguise it as a house.
What do you mean?
they painted fake windows and stuff. That they just got a fat gun in the middle.
Like, what good is that really doing?
Yeah.
Disguised as a house to avoid detection. But then there's a giant gun.
Oh, look, here's the wall. I think D-Day in Normandy is here, Omaha Beach, and then this is the English Channel. But I think we actually attacked here. And the gun would be up here. Because I think what, like this part is this. What's that?
You can buy it.
Looks like a bomb from the 1940s.
Oh my god.
I can take it.
You think you could take it? Okay.
I think you could fit inside of it if it was hard.
It looks like we're just nailing stuff together and hoping it didn't blow up.
I'm sure that's what they were doing.
I mean, that's kind of, yeah, that was pretty much the idea for half these. That's literally what this is. It's just two pieces. They stand together and hope it doesn't blow up.
The Nazi guns do look better. They do look more like put together.
State of the art.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, like we didn't already win the war, and I'm like seeing it. Oh, that knife.
Aircraft, 6,000 vessels, 2 million soldiers, 15 countries.
Naval crafts.
The men of the merchant marine, brave, driven, and too often forgotten. Even traversing 15,000 miles to a cliff allied with India. Well, you don't think about it if you decide to break it.
It looks like we're in a boat.
This time, these birds are a tool of choice. Those who drive more than leading assets to the Japanese supply lines. But before this strategy can be implemented,
the United States suffers a demoralizing string of defeats. They also attack the Philippines, where they overwhelm American and Filipino troops stationed in Bataan and Corregidor. On April 18, 1942, the United States strikes back. As the sun rises over the Pacific, Lieutenant Colonel James Doolittle and his men embark on a daring mission. They will put the new strategy of launching aerial attacks from carriers to the test. 16 Army B-25 bombers lift off from the USS Hornet. Their plan? Fly 500 miles to bomb Japan, then pray that enough fuel remains to reach China. Doolittle's raid inflicts minimal damage, but scores a direct hit on Japan's sense of invincibility. Back home, the raid boosts America's sagging morale. 3 weeks later, in May 1942, the strategy is tested again in the Coral Sea. The United States sends 2 aircraft carriers to block the Japanese advance on Australia. For the first time in naval history, both sides attacked solely from the air. The Japanese sink the USS Lexington and severely damage the Yorktown, while the Americans sink an enemy carrier and cripple 2 others. The Battle of the Coral Sea is a costly tactical victory for the Japanese, but for the first time, the United States has blunted Japan's relentless advance in the South Pacific. The question remains, can the Americans actually defeat a superior Japanese Navy?
Brian would be okay. Brian, yes, he already has a military over his head right now.
I guess the bunks are more space efficient, but the hammocks were definitely probably more comfortable.
Yeah, the bunks were definitely. Because you can layer those. When those, like the hammocks, I'm sure are harder to layer.
We were so young and so stupid, and we had no concept of what war was supposed to be like.
That's the Tommy gun that was used as centers.
Your mouth is dry and your heart is racing.
Not you identifying the guns and centers what the World War II used.
And the bombarders, never let us. We were bombarded almost every night.
Rather than attack all of the lands held by the Japanese, the allies of the Soviet Union troops on islands of enemies heavily defended, and instead targeted each new 1931. And Europe were occupied by Korea. Then the Japanese set their sights on freedom and fighting escalated to a full-scale war, starting in Peking and spreading to Shanghai. Everywhere, sometimes killed entire villages, until their cruelty reaches a horrifying climax. the Chinese capital of Nanking. Taught from childhood that the Chinese are racially inferior, Japanese troops descend on the city, murdering hundreds of thousands of soldiers and civilians, including children. Tens of thousands are killed as human guinea pigs, including entire villages subjected to germ warfare. Chinese resistance can prevent the Japanese from marching north to join Hitler's efforts to knock the Soviet Union out of the war, and south into British colonies, including Burma, Malaya, and Singapore. The Chinese National Army is immense and resilient, but too hopelessly antiquated to defeat the Japanese. So the Americans set out to modernize it. Across the Himalayas.
You can't bring alcohol on the plane.
No alcohol on the plane?
No, not on this jet. Maybe on a different jet.
Meanwhile, American soldiers, mostly from segregated African American units, begin construction on an overland supply route to China, the Lido Road. The work is grueling, but it gives the Allies a desperately needed alternative for delivering supplies. But it took car manufacturers 60 more years to keep China in the war. Other Americans from China, while working hand in hand with local guerrilla fighters.
Big gun. Big gun.
Aircraft. So the Imperial Navy launches its biggest operation yet to reverse the course of the war. The Japanese
but this isn't the whole thing. This is one of the largest naval investments ever. It's been all the time. Yeah, there's probably thousands. They were involved in different parts of the battle. They weren't
Medical tools. That's probably like real dried blood on that.
At first, the Allies resist attacking this ancient religious site, but with further land battles failed to advance their front line. The Allies launched an intense bombing assault that flattens the Allies.
Stage the course. Navigator to pilot. Flight across. Right hand to the end of the subject.
Look at all the women. They couldn't get enough, huh? Is that their like hope? Like why? Largest land battle in American military history. 600,000 men fought. United Kingdom had, that's not that bad, Soviet, 23 million in the United States. And then Mexico.
Come here.
Mexico didn't do nothing. Cuba. Can't imagine, yeah. 0.0%. I didn't even realize like Canada got into the war. They got in a year before us. Don't see Switzerland at all.
Minority groups who have played key roles in forging victory face the bitter irony of returning home to the inequality, segregation, and racism of the pre-war era. As the U.S. steps into its new role as a world superpower, actively promoting as the adults reach peace. This later inspires her to take action that is determined to never
There's a band playing that.
Everything here like a whole bunch of times, but you didn't see that it was like 3 stories. This building right over there. That's the one that you wanted to build, but never got built.
Looks massive.
Trying to see the Mona Lisa with the blue rose tells you about it.
Couldn't have you moved bricks around it.
Thousands of stolen works of art, many destined for the Hero Museum.
It's kind of really funny that Hitler just tried to steal all of these like pieces of artwork. Like nobody's gonna question that. Nobody was gonna.
Alongside bar and hidden gold were found paper, all
Hit all this stuff. That's a picture that finds Eisenhower.
Yeah.
Has been restored. Not easy to identify.
Well, I was just telling Glenn it's crazy that they didn't think that nobody in the world was gonna question. Like the United States, like France, like nobody was gonna question why all these.
Well, nobody knew where they were going.
Works of art and cultural objects to their rightful owners.
Look at all that. I mean, I guess they knew, but
It's a lot of artwork.
they just didn't know where it was. It's like in these caves.
That's what I'm saying. Like they had to have known that these pieces went missing,
Yeah.
and just didn't know that it was. Whereabouts unknown. It's still missing. They still haven't found it. That's crazy.
Basically, all of them found in a salt line. Okay, not that one. But I had seen a row that said it was in a salt line. What was it? Copper line, so it's like, that's crazy. Hot ash line. Steinberg salt line.
That's crazy.
How do you fit that thing? Hot ash line.
I didn't know about like any of this.
Me neither.